It isn't too often these days that I greatly anticipate a movie trailer, this James Gunn directed Superman flick being a complete and utter outlier, and this latest promo certainly did not disappoint. I've always been a Batman guy through and through, so it's still a wee bit jarring to me that I'm looking forward so much to a Soup's picture, but besides the fact that my faith was inherently instilled as a result of Gunn's great success within this particular genre, every time new footage has been released, my anticipation has only increased. I'm really getting the impression that Gunn is going to gift us with a visual treat here. Not only did the relatively recently released Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 give us a fucking boatload of extraordinarily imaginative creatures and locations, the presentation of these components via the cinematography and direction was so bloody stylized and versatile, and this latest trailer in particular tells me that that's more often than not going to be the case with Superman. The Metamorpho material really grabbed me. I know less than nothing about this character, but this fucker is just so visually intriguing to me. This kaiju sequence looks like it could be a blast. The Fortress of Solitude looks extremely cool and kind of otherworldly. And referring to all of the footage we've been given to this point, it appears as though we're going to be experiencing the Man of Steel flying in a number of distinct fashions, whether it be a POV shot during which we, the audience, get a vicarious sensation, or, for example, one in which at first we're observers to his power before we race after him in order to catch up with the Kryptonian, as if the camera is a character in itself. I'm not personally familiar with the past filmography of Clark Kent and Lois Lane actors, David Corenswet and Rachel Brosnahan, respectively, but both of them impressed and charmed me through their brief collective screen time. Brosnahan's Lois comes off as genuinely ambitious, whilst Corenswet's Clark/Superman seems authentically passionate. Though, in regard to our primary cast of characters, I was most captivated by Nicholas Holt's Lex Luthor-centric material. This trailer displays Luthor's intense feeling of superiority over the Man of Tomorrow, who he refers to with disdain as an it, and we get this extreme funky lens close-up of a fucking furious Lex. This solitary shot makes me want to learn more about this seemingly magnetic bald bastard. It looks as though we'll be getting some heart, the strong core of any great gun-helmed project, via Kal-El's relationship with his adoptive father and mother, alongside, of course, his loyal superhero pup. And relatively early on in the official promo, we're given, through a brief bit of dialogue, an interesting concept that I hadn't really before considered. And remember, I'm not presently an expert on the classic character's nearly century-long lore. I guess I've always viewed Superman as more of a concept, a symbol, so I admittedly perked up quite a bit during a moment that very much countered that initial belief. Miss Lane makes a comment to Clark about what it is and who it is he represents. Through his passionate retort, he states that he represents nothing but himself, while his quest is to do and be good. I'm assuming this conversation takes place earlier rather than later on in the picture, before he truly comes to realize what he could be for the human race as this symbol of hope. But it was just so humanizing to have that brief moment of this godlike man trying to reclaim his own personal agency. I'm excited for this film and so many elements in it, and I'm honestly confident that I'm going to have a wonderful experience watching it in the back row on opening night.